as a manufacturer, could we, it's the same thing with tire dressing. Could we make a product that would protect the car for 3 months? Probably. But would we want to make a product that protects a car for 3 months?
That's like making a light bulb that just doesn't burn out.
That's like, why do you want to have a tire dressing that lasts 3 weeks, right? You want to have a tire dressing that lasts 3 days, so they'll come back. So we balance this whole protection, how long does it last deal.
Yep.
We don't want much more than a month to 6 weeks with rainx. So
If you dump Extreme Shine on first and then rainx, does it sit on top of it and seal it in?
well, you're going to get that whole little deal of remember all the parking spots. Now, if you put Extreme Shine on and you went from here to Jessica and then you put rainx on, all those Extreme Shine molecules they're going to all find a place to sit.
And then you seal.
And then you put the rainx in on top of it. And the rainx is going to cure, but it's not going to have as strong a bond and hold. But if you put, we're putting one on and then a foot later we're putting the other one on, right? There's going to be a competition. In my mind, there's a little bit of a competition as who gets to the chair first, right? And if you don't get to the chair first, you just sit in John's lap. So some of the rainx, when you put them close to each other, some of those positive molecules, when you put Extreme Shine on and 2 feet later you put rainx on, you're going to get a mix. And then what doesn't get actually on the surface is going to attach to the next layer over. So to a degree, it's going to be a little bit of a mix of it. And I'm really getting down to the 10-foot level now, that y'all really don't need to get down to that level with your customer. Just simple fact that they both go on, they both protect. rainx protects for a month. Extreme Shine's going to give you 2 or 3 weeks. Extreme Shine's going to feel slick. rainx is not going to feel slick. But you're going to see the bead a lot longer with rainx than you are with Extreme Shine. But the two of them together are going to give you an ultimate shine.
What I recommend to my customers, especially with short tunnels, is that you apply rainx as the last application after drying agent. What you're doing is you're creating space for someone that buys a regular package to have more drying space.
Yep.
And you just have to have water to rinse off the rainx.
And believe it or not, rainx, it foams, but it also acts,
as a drying agent.
being a cationic, it also acts as a defoamer. So you're killing a lot of the triple foaming stuff as well. It can act as a defoamer as well as a foamer.
I'm thinking about trying certain things where I move the triple foams closer to the second foamer.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone gets a package with triple foam, the second foamer doesn't work. So
Yeah.
that will go on.
And that's your lubricator. That's
And
a
then-
very, very, very crude. That's a very, very crude and
then
smart
I'll
way of
use
doing
the
it.
Extreme Shine and place the Extreme Shine where the triple foam would be, and I would have a low
Yep.
pH foamer there. So if the Extreme Shine doesn't go on, that foamer will go on to
Sure.
lubricate it and just separate the whole thing throughout the whole tunnel.
Folks, that's what he's doing. He's balancing the process. You're balancing. If they get the top package and they're going to get triple foam, you're not going to get the 1100. If they get the basic package, you're going to get the 1100 and not the triple foam. See, you're making the best use of the space you have. And it's balancing the whole process.
You save money on chemical also.
Oh, yeah.
If you have the triple foam
Absolutely.
going, you're not gonna have the second foamer going.
I think Kyle mentioned we were working with a customer in Tennessee last year, and here's another one of my great examples. Somebody said earlier low pH shampoo. I love low pH shampoo. It's not a product you're going to use at every location, and it's not cheap, but it meets a need when you are in a bind in a particular situation. The Clear Coat Protectants is another product that they're niche products. You wouldn't necessarily use them everywhere. Basically, Clear Coat Protectant is a foaming drying agent. Clear Coat Protectants come in pink, blue, and yellow, and the yellow has a pina colada fragrance. They have the same amount of mineral seal oil as coal wax, but they foam shaving cream. But unlike megafoam, if you took a handful of megafoam and a handful of clear coat protectant, in 3 minutes the megafoam's still going to be here. In 15 seconds, the clear coat protectant foam is gone. It foams like crazy, but it's gone in 15 seconds. It just breaks away because the mineral oil starts to come out of the formula and out of the solution and starts reversing the foam qualities and making the foam break. It's not a very good lubricator, but it gives you a lot of good show. So to go back to that customer that Kyle was talking about, we had a 100-foot tunnel and we were having trouble with foam issue, especially on the back of SUVs and luggage racks and things of that nature. And that was from the triple foam. And then we weren't getting the driest of cars. So, and the customer, they wanted a clean, shiny, dry car, and they wanted to increase their conveyor speed from 150 cars an hour to 175 cars an hour. So, George, you're kind of smiling. How many 150 car an hour conveyor speeds do y'all deal with?
If I have a 200-foot tunnel, I'll do that.
No, this was a 120 foot tunnel.
In theory, according to us, as far as chemical guys and equipment manufacturers, to get a cleaner car, you should be 80% of your conveyor. So if you have a 100-foot tunnel, maximum cleaning is at 80 cars an hour.
Yep.
So if you have a 100-foot conveyor, you're at 150 cars an hour, the cleaning's not gonna be that good.
Yep. So, but these were and we were at risk on 6 locations, and they said you fix, basically, they said it without saying it, you fix this and you keep the business. So we had triple foam that was a color. It wasn't 3 on each side. It was 1 color on each side and 1 color on the top. So, and we kind of had a spider wrap. We had friction. We had wraps. We had a middle curtain. We had wraps. Then we had triple foam. Then we had another set of wraps. And so I did 2 things. We had Assure conditioners on the triple foams, and just on the top triple foam, which was blue, I took the Assure conditioner off and put the foaming clear coat protectant on. And remember, the clear coat protectant has the same amount of mineral oil as cold wax. So what did I do? I moved the beginning of the drying process back into the tunnel about 20 feet. I started the drying process earlier. Then I was in one more set of wraps, and they were using 1100 in those wraps. What's surfactants in 1100?
Anionic.
Thank you. And what's all that 1100 spraying on those and running on those cars and getting shot all over those cars? What's that surfactant? From me to Tony, away from the drying agent, what is that surfactant wanting the water to do?
Lay on the car.
Wanting it to lay flat. So, I changed to the clear coat protectant blue on the triple foam. I took the 1100 off and I put low pH shampoo, which is amphoteric, which is basically like polish or the low pH conditioners or low pH polishes. And it lubricated in that last application, but yet it wanted the water to bead and roll off, and we jacked the conveyor speed up to 175 cars an hour, and we got a clean, shiny, dry car, and they said, we love you, thank you, we'll stay with you. So that was how we balanced that particular situation. Now, would I use low pH shampoo in every one of my tunnels? Absolutely not. If I've got a conveyor speed and distance ample to get all the foam off the car, and I'm getting a good bead and a good dry with 1100 or Paradise foam in my last wraps, there's no need to put low pH shampoo. But if I'm having an issue, low pH shampoo does solve. It's a niche that solves the problem. And that's one of those products that Kyle said, you know, if we look at it and it has a place. We don't sell a whole lot of low pH shampoo, but it was on the chopping block. But when we prove that it has a niche to solve problems and save accounts when we need it, they kind of set it off to the side. Okay, it doesn't sell that much, but we realize that it has a place. So it's all about the balance. You gotta pick your right highs and lows. You gotta position everything just right. Don't put your 1100 5 feet from the drying arch, because you're not going to get it off. Take advantage of the finishing process, balance it, and get all those things done. All right, questions before I go on to some dispensing comments and things of that nature? That's your low and your high, and your surfactants, and then balancing everything with the finishing process.